the stream begins. We're guessing the movie for the wins. How the devil is everyone. Let's spend an hour having fun. Bless you all for joining me, watching my work create debris, clean it all up. I surely could. With my wife nearby, I probably should. The world of Wayne is streaming live, models and projects coming alive. mistakes so you don't have to. The little world away is streaming live. Models and projects coming alive. A car crash maybe with a mug of Kraken. Stand by for laughs and let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. I've got two dachshunds who love to bark and a resin cube around a shark. Hello, Christian from Grantham. I hope you love my new anthem. The world away is streaming live. Models and projects coming alive. A car crash maybe with a mug of Kraken. Stand by for laughs and let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. Let's get frantic.
I was so busy then looking at all these people that got crocodile Dundee. I thought that was going to be hard, you know. Every single person got it. That's just crazy. How is everybody? You'll notice I've changed my setup a little bit today. The old grouse sponsored the channel. This is pretty cool, and this works as well. Look, the viewers and the likes. We've only got 32 likes for that many viewers. I'm trying to balance them. So click that like and see what happens. We can get that on the screen. Now, I've actually done a sticky note for myself today because I haven't seen you for 2 weeks. So there's a lot of catching up to do. And a lot of people are saying, how was my holiday? Let me be honest with you. I haven't been away on holiday. I've been here. Unfortunately, I've had a bit of a family emergencies going on because my dad was back in hospital again. Unfortunately, he blacked out. He's now in a situation where he's bedbound, kind of. But he's keep blacking out at the time. He's okay now. He's stable now. But for the last 2 weeks, it's been a bit crazy. So I've been all over the place, which is why on the channel you've seen I've been doing builds which haven't really taken that long, although the Mustang did. So I have been sort of like weighing things up as well. I have got a video out tomorrow, which is the Dalek. You'll be happy to know the next stages of the Dalek. I was going to be having the Partwork Upgrades Power Pack, but I needed a model which I hadn't modded. So all my models I've done, I've already modded, so I needed one. And I thought, wait a minute, I have got one, the LaFerrari, so I'm going to be using that. So that video is going to be out on Monday. I'll be talking about that in a little bit later. Let me just turn my phone off. I had to turn my phone on because the internet dropped like 5 seconds before the stream started. But first thing first, 2 weeks ago, I was at a model show, which was pretty fun. First ever model show, and I managed to get my Orca and my Mechanical Shark and my Infinity Gauntlet and my Palomino and my Alien. There. I got them all to this show and nothing broke. I was so happy. I also got to meet some fellow YouTubers, which are here. That is Joker Laugh in the Jaws shirt and Low Rent Rick there. They've both got YouTube channels. You'll have to check them out. It was a fun show. Ed was there as well. If you've seen the video that I put on the channel for that show, you'll see Ed sitting there. Ed had a great display as well. We had a good old time. And some guy won the Corvette Stingray, which was good. They've also got my Lancia 037, but they're going to use that for another event later on. So that was the model show. I've mentioned that. Also, talking about the Dalek that's going to be out tomorrow, Nick Barmer. He's decided to light up his mutant. I kind of like this, I have to say. Look, check this out. I didn't realise it looks so good. It reminds me of when E.T. had his heart and it's showing through the skin. The same thing is on Nick Barmer's Alien there. I like that, Nick. That's gave me food for thought. I do like that. So that was that. Now, the Partwork Power Upgrade. Let me put the picture up first. See, it's all laid out. So I've started filming it already. And then I thought I need to be able to demonstrate this on a model. So this is everything you get in that power kit. If you want to know more information, there are already reviews on the Partwork Upgrade site, which is here. From Horlicks and also Mark's Mods. I'm going to be putting one on, as I said, on Monday. This is a pretty impressive thing, especially if you want to make your model portable. So you're not just plugging it into a socket on your work surface or in your workshop. which is absolutely brilliant. But that is everything you get in the part word power, and that is coming onto the channel on Monday. Wow, I like that. That was cool. Did you see that just swish away there? So check that out. Also, why have I wrote? All right, okay. I've just wrote the word dauntless, and I don't know why. Why have I wrote the word dauntless? And that's because it's unboxing time, and I've got a few unboxings to do. This one is the Star Trek USS Dauntless. Now, from what my memory is, now wasn't this an alien ship in Voyager? Now it said Prodigy there, so I'm guessing in Prodigy it comes back as a USS Federation ship. I haven't watched Star Trek Prodigy, so I don't know. I just remember this being like an alien ship in Voyager, and this is what it looks like. So I wanted to show you what the latest ship is from Fanhome. Looks just like that on the top, and there you go. That's how big it is on the bottom. And then international unit of measure, that's how it is to my face. Now, these come with, obviously, the books. So what I do is I put the books in the box and display them with the box behind it. So I try and keep the boxes in immaculate condition here. So we got that. But this time we did get a tin plaque, which is for the USS Titan, which looks like that. Not quite sure where I'm going to put that one yet. But that was pretty cool. So that's what I got from the latest delivery of the Dauntless. So I'm liking unboxing stuff. Sorry, my monologue's probably going to go on because the next thing is absolutely brilliant. Now, my good friend Murray Gayski, he lives in Perth. He's over in the UK at the moment. And bless him, as soon as they landed, got to Southampton, he sent me a parcel from Australia. And I'm in my element. Apparently, he's got some new stuff for me here as well. Now, he sent me an Australian Crunchie. You know, the crunchy chocolate? So I ate that. I thought, oh, I've got to eat this. I want to see if it tastes different from the UK. Doesn't taste any different at all. But along with it, and I'm sure I should have done a taste test for this, he also sent me this. You Australians are going to freak out because you know what this stuff is. Okay, so we got some Violet Crumble. Australia's Violet Crumble. Obviously, as you can see, this is made in Oz. And apparently it tastes like crunchy. Well, that's what people are telling me. I don't know. So, stand by. You're going to have to watch me eat. Oh. Oh, wow. I prefer that to crunchy. Oh, wow. That's lovely. Oh, cool. Thank you, Murray. But he also, don't stop there. He also got me a tool, which is duckbill pliers. Duckbill platypus, Australia, antipode, antipode and stuff. God. And hence Crocodile Dundee. Got some duckbill pliers from Burfitt Tools Australia. Don't be surprised if while I'm doing this stream tonight, my accent goes back to how I used to be in Australia. I've also got some Tim Tams. Now, you can get these in this country as well, but I haven't tasted these. I understand these taste like penguins. I don't know. I'm looking at them. Stand by. They look like penguins without the wrapper. Now, what a penguin is, if you is like a bourbon biscuit wrapped in chocolate. This does taste exactly the same as penguins. Never tried a Tim Tam though. So I've got my snacks for tonight. Got some chocolate. I need something to wash it down. Check this out. We have got tonight some Bundaberg original Australian rum. Oh, look at it. Australian rum. So, you know, we're going to try this out. So, got my glass here. Already put some ice in this. I'm going to try it. Let's have a generous. Oh, that's generous. That's generous. This will get me in the mood. So, I want to try it first without any Coke in it. Australian rum. Oh, this reminds me of when Lou and Phil were here. So, it's fresh. It's fresh. It's a low proof rum. So it's not your 39%. This is your 37%. I do think you can taste it's not as strong as normal rums. So for that reason, I am mixing it with Coke, but not a lot of Coke. Oh, but it's a nice rum. It's a lovely rum. So everyone. Australian Bundaberg rum. Again, you Aussies are probably thinking, wow, what's that? So that's that. That's everything from Murray at the moment. Okay. I'm sorry. I will get down to we'll get down to chat, I promise. But I've got to go through my list, otherwise I forget things. Okay, now Chris Hurst, Fangdog, he's in chat here. He sent me a big parcel. Which brought it upstairs. I broke the top of it. Here. I haven't looked in this. It's been sitting downstairs for 2 days. So we're going to open it. I'm going to find out what it is. It does make me laugh that on the side here, Chris wrote, I'm putting it this way round because my address is on the other side. And Chris's address is here, so I want to hide that. He put Fangdog. Bless him. So, no idea what this is. Absolutely no idea. But being like Christmas, oh, they're in boxes, inside boxes. Okay, stand by. Oh my God. A bedroom ceiling in that. Wait a minute. So this is gonna. God, you know what? This is gonna be a godsend. Hang on a second. Let me just double look at this.
Paul
This is an
Tackett
absolute
super
godsend.
chatted $2. WTF
Oh,
rum.
oh
Kentucky
wow.
born.
Right, Ian. Ian, if you're watching, you're going to be interested in this as well. This is brilliant. You look at that. So hang on. We're gonna have to mount this. Okay. Wow. So we've got this. Looks like the sun. And in this box here, this is why he says I need screws and stuff. Let's see what we got here. You'll understand why I'm well happy with this at the moment. I've got absolute very good. I know exactly what this is now. Okay. This is going to go on the wall in the workshop. Can anyone guess what this is going to be? I will have a look at it after. So we look. If this doesn't give it away, what it is. Oh, this is brilliant. I don't want to break it getting it out. Stand by. I should have really opened this beforehand, shouldn't I? This is going to be brilliant in the workshop because we have got, well, that's the moon. And there you go. That's the bat wing. So putting both together, that's going to be brilliant. That is going in the workshop. So you've just gave me a job tomorrow now, Chris. That's brilliant. Absolutely love that. Look at the big grin on my face. The reason why it's a good thing is because when Ian built the workshop, he put 2 massive fluorescent lights in the workshop. One of them's completely doesn't work anymore. So I was going to replace that light. It's just a case of just I'm wiring it and wiring a new one in. But that is going to light up the area I need lit up perfectly. So that couldn't have come at a better time. Wow. Chris Hurst, thank you so much for that. That is so impressive. I'm very much over the moon with that. That's like Christmas all come to us. 2 more things to do, and then I will get to chat, I promise. The first thing is that Matthias, who obviously designs that UFO that you saw at the start, he's been at it again. What do you think about this for a t-shirt idea? I think this is funny. Have you seen my arse screws? As far as screw. After the blooming International Space Station today, oh my God. Oh my God, it's needed. He's done another one as well, which I'm just going to add now. I'm doing this on the job, so there we go. And there's the other one there. One of those would be a great idea for a t-shirt, I'm sure. I like that. Matthias, thank you. I'm going to have a think about that. But yeah, have you seen my ass? And then the last thing is, you probably would have noticed in the members tab, I am now going to be building the Ferrari 330 on the members channel. It's because I'm running out of time in the month to actually do builds. So if I can have a build that I can do on the members channel, I am. So I've moved it to that. The Ferrari 330 has definitely got probably the most detailed engine of any build we've done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be building that on the members channel. When it's finished, there is some terms and conditions applied to this, but I'm going to be giving it away to either one of the YouTube members or patrons. They're all part of the same sort of group sort of thing. So that model is going to be given away to one of the members or Patreon members. But I am doing the Ferrari 330 on the channel, and I'm smiling because guess what? I'm at the end of my sticky notes. That was fun. That was fun, and I still like my arse screw. I'm just looking down the list. Have I done everything, Dalek? Yeah, I have. I've done everything. That's brilliant. Okay, I'm going to try and catch up with chat. While I'm at it, I'm going to be drinking rum and eating Tim Tams. So, let's get on with it. People got it because of the Outback. The, why have I got that on the screen? I've got, oh, that's better. I've got a big box on my screen. You wouldn't have seen that. Hi, Gaz from Corby. Gaz, you know what makes me laugh? I keep telling you when I go to visit my dad, because I walk to where his care home. I say I pass your house. I forgot where your house was. So it wasn't your house that I was looking at. You're further down. So I haven't passed your house. Thank you, Jacob. Steve, how's it going? Thank you for gifting a membership. The old grouse, you've received a membership from Steve. Thank you so much. We got talking. I noticed we had talking. And look, it comes up down there now as well. I'm hoping this is a bit more interactive. I like this. So I can see how many concurrent viewers we got and also how many likes we got. Normally we'd get about 1,000 views in the end, but that does include video on demand, people who watch this, during the day, because obviously we're all in different time zones and stuff. So you will see that fluctuate, but it's all cool. But that one, as soon as you click your like button, that should stay and just go up. All cool. Hello, Christopher and Grantham. God, I haven't even done that today.
Let's give it up big time. Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now let's get cracking.
You just caught me eating the last Tim Tam there. While we got that on the screen, what was the movie? It's Crocodile Dundee, Lou. Because we're having an Australian night with the Australian one. The other thing is, we've had a couple of birthdays. So I'm going to put this up on the screen. First birthday, Wayne, Storm Gaming there. He was 50. So happy birthday, Wayne. And also, last Monday, it was our good friend Phil Siegel, Spruverse. It was his birthday. And he was something like 42, 43. But bless him. So happy birthday, Phil. Happy birthday, Wayne. And happy birthday to anyone who I haven't mentioned in this had a birthday. Pretty cool. Okay. Got chocolate in my mouth now. Thank you, Jamesy boy. Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough time at the moment, but I said it's as I mentioned to my friends who have been in touch, it's now the new norm. So, as things deteriorate, if you've got an illness which is going to degrade over time, each time you have a new norm. This is the new norm. So that's what we're up to. Right? So it's just basically working around that now. So thank you, Gaz. Wayne has had his own row at a model show. The model show was really good. I was nervous because it's the first ever model show I've ever done. So what do? I was just standing there. I weren't one of these people that stand behind their desk. I was wandering around talking to everybody. That's what I normally do. So it is fun. People were pretty impressed with it. The guy who won couldn't believe how much that model was. Thank you, Trevor. When are you going to be doing the Lancaster build? Right, Russell, because of what I mentioned earlier with my dad and all that, I've been saving some of the larger builds till next week. So the Lancaster I'm going to be doing next week. The Constitution, I'm getting back to that next week. The Apache. They're the three big ones that I'm going to do. Also, probably Jeff Gordon. I've got 2 packs of the Jeff Gordon Chevy Monte Carlo to do. So, you were hoping for the Dauntless, the World War II plane. It was a disguised alien ship in Voyager. That's what I remember it from. He was trying to get them assimilated. Yeah, I don't know what happened in Prodigy. I'm sure someone's going to fill me in. Are you thinking of Prometheus on Voyager? No. This ship was one of the ones where you had that alien species, whatever. I can't remember the name of the species either. Although, did anyone see Strange New Worlds? Where they're all turned into Vulcans. It's quite funny and they can't turn back. And there's after credit scenes, and they've even I like the Easter eggs. They've even changed the space, the Final Frontier, the voiceover from that, and made it in like Vulcan. It is good. It's a good episode. It's Captain Chakotay's ship with a Janeway hologram. Yes, Ian. So for all those who didn't know, Horlicks has taken the reins of some Part Work upgrades. So oh wow, that rum is great. So anyone who was wanting some of the stuff that was printed before from Partwork Upgrades, things like the phasers for the refit, does that include things like the Lancaster stand as well, Ian? You have to let me know. But the that's all on Partwork Upgrades. That's all on that link that I showed you just there. All cool. How's the walking going? Really good. As a matter of fact, I've been walking so much. I've been dragging, because I've still got the kids with me at the moment. I've been dragging the kids with me as well. I'm so proud of my son Riley. I took him to college last Thursday in Southend because he's dropped. He was going to be doing coding. And he did that for a year and realised that he doesn't like coding, anything like that. What he does like and what's his passion is cooking and chefing. So he's managed to get a course in chefing, which is great. It cost me an absolute fortune to get him all the gear, but he's got the chef outfit, knives and all of that, which come, I believe, tomorrow to his house in Essex. And then he's going to be doing patisseries and confections. So I'm going to have the payback of that. I'll be eating lots of cakes. But so proud of him. So proud of him. Violet Crumble was one of the rejected kids from Willy Wonka. It's funny, Lou. You know, my daughter says she wants a costume from an anime character called Violet Evergarde, and I heard Violet Beauregard, and I'm like, what? You want me to get you like a big blueberry costume? Are you crazy? Yeah, I need to clue up on my anime. 2 seasons of Prodigy. It's quite good. Never seen any of it, I have to say. So much for the diet, yeah. Although, you know what? I had a Nando's today, I have to admit. But I did walk it off. I've done like, see, I've got my watch here. I'm on like 13,000 steps today, so that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Hi, Jerry. That bottle should last a few hours. It's a really nice, I mean, they do say it at the bottom, look. They say it's, I don't know what that means. Look, an underproof rum. 37% alcohol. It's not as strong as some of the other runs I had, but, you know, it's a nice mixer rum. I don't know if you're drinking on its own. I don't think it's strong enough to be drunk on its own. I would be hammered by the end of the stream. Yep, probably, Darren. Probably. It's first stream back. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Oh. Sorry, my screen's just gone all over the place again. Here we go. Bundaberg's Arco. There's some people who buy opposite corners of Tim Tams and use it as a straw to drink hot chocolate. I think it's called Tim Tam Slam. I could try that. Look, I've got a whole pack of them. I'll have to try that. That sounds cool. I wonder if you could do that with penguins then. Interesting. Oh, how the devil are you? What the fuck? Rum, Kentucky bourbon. You know what, Paul? I've got some Bullet bourbon, and I've got 3 bourbons here. But because I've got some rum, we're coming into the Christmas time now. And Christmas to me is like the time when the spirits come out, the beer goes away, sort of thing. So I don't know. Perhaps I'll have a bourbon next week. We'll have a Kentucky Day next week. This is Aussie Day today. Thank you, Paul. How are you keeping? You all right? Have you tried Chairman's Reserve Spice Rum? I haven't, no. But I'm always willing to try a rum. Hi, it's been a while since I tuned into a live stream. Have you abandoned your shed? No, Michael. I use the retro room for the Thursday live streams. I do my Wednesday live streams from the workshop. So, Kentucky bourbon. You got to love it. Yeah, the Constitution, I haven't been on it, John, for the reason I mentioned earlier, but I will be getting back to it. I haven't got a lot left to do in Pack 2. I've just got to make the battens that go down the centre, so that shouldn't take too long. E.T. over the moon. No. I did always want one. How cool is that? It's the Bat. And I was only watching the 1989 Batmobile the other day. You know what? Talking about the 1989 Batmobile, I rewatched it, right? Because I haven't watched it in ages. And I know that we think that in today's standards, that's quite... I am going to use the word camp. I don't know. It's not very serious, if that makes sense. If you look at the 1966 Batmobile with all the dancing and stuff, that was nowhere near serious. But now we think that of the 1989, it's not. But I'm rewatching it, in the 80s, that was a really dark film. Tim Burton, a really dark film. I could thoroughly believe that, like, The Dark Knight, how dark that gets with Christopher Nolan, we saw the 1989 Batmobile as that. And now we've seen something darker. Obviously, that one seems quite tame, if that makes sense. But I think it still hands up. I think it's an absolutely brilliant Batman. And I think Jack Nicholson's Joker's brilliant. Absolutely psychotic. Absolutely brilliant. Matter of fact, that was going to be one of my the film quiz tonight. If I wasn't having the Australian night, something really abstract. I was going to. There's a painting that the Joker's about to wreck, and he says, "Not this one, Bob." Well, I've got a still of that painting, and I was just going to put the painting up and see if anyone would have got it. I'm sure you probably all would have. But I like the 89 Batmobile. I can't wait to get that. Now, the pre-order for that's going to be starting at the beginning of September. I will be building that for Fan Home, just so you know. I'm already signed up for that, so that should be here soon, hopefully. Let's see. It's basic, but a grey silhouette. No, it's going to look brilliant. It's going to look absolutely brilliant. I might have to turn the light down because I think it will blow out for the cameras, but I'll figure that out once I've mounted it. So, good one, ass. Ask me about my arse screw. I'll probably get offers that I didn't expect to be getting offers for. Wayne, if you want to even let me know the file format you want, and I'll send them over. Thank you, Matthias.
Wayne
I'll check it
Watson
out
super
after the
chatted
stream. Oh,
$5. Wayne, you're drinking rum. Now's the time to rig the Titanic. Lol.
okay. Rig the Titanic. I haven't even put the rigging points in yet, but thank you, Wayne Watson. That's yeah, that's another one I've got to get back to. I've still got like 6 stages to do to finish that, and I haven't been on it. I'm a bad person. I've been like running away from my duties of doing hard builds, but I have been enjoying doing the Eagle 5. Now I've still got to flock the Eagle 5. I've decided where I was trying to go round putting things. I'm just going to flock the whole floor and deal with it afterwards about putting these things in. I think that's the simplest way. But I've been in touch with my good friend Jeffrey Fink, and he's created some engine inserts for it. So I've got some engine inserts to put behind the grills that I've been doing. So yeah, you'll see an updated video of that in a few weeks, I'm sure. You're asking about that tonight. Catch up chat. Yeah, I'm going to try and catch up with chat now. I will catch up with chat. I will. But you know, I've got things like this looking at me. Look, I've got to this stuff here. Oh my god. Whoa, what happened now? Light went out. Oh, the you can really taste the honeycomb in this. With crunchies, you can't. It just tastes too sugary. This is lovely. Violet crumble. Wow, I don't remember this. I'm Australian. I don't even remember this. Violet crumble. Wow. After all, just received pack 17 of the DeLorean build. Do you have any tips for that build? What's in pack 17? I don't know what stages that is, Donovan. Just so you know, everyone seems to be having issues at the moment. Fan Home are delayed. Hachette are delayed. Agora are delayed, which means D'Agostini Collectibles are delayed as well. So if you're not receiving your stuff on time, we're all in the same boat. And I think there must be a shipment issue or something. I don't know. Hello there. What do you do with the books when you finish building your builds? Most of the books I actually send off to my good folks in America. I know Howard Riptide, he has some. My friend Robin Fall has some. I do save them up. Most of the time, they've already been claimed, unfortunately. Other than that, if they haven't been claimed, then I get rid of them. I don't keep them. I don't keep the books. I'm only 15 minutes behind. No. Yeah, I tend to bin them as well. Wait, have you looked on Altea's website? They have a page up for the 89 Batmobile. Yeah, Alan, I looked at the German site. It looks really good. I've taken some artwork from that as well because I need to create some assets for the build I'm about to do. Obviously, I did the first 4 stages on the channel, and I can't imagine them being that different, the first 4 stages of this, but we'll have to see. So, look, Matthias has gifted 5 memberships, so this is going to be popping up on the screen. I like the Dalek build, but not so much the ET. Struggle with issue 45, stop my progress. 90s here in Florida sunshine with no daily rainers. My son's off to Florida next week, so I've got to take him to the airport. It's going to be good for him. But 3D Craft Cabin received a membership. J Leon 723. Thank you so Matthias for that. Hobby Time, you've received a membership as well. Dylan's Den of Models. Dylan's Den of Models. We chat on TikTok. And Michael Hennings. Thank you, Matthias. That's very much appreciated. Look, I've got so many bots going on. Wayne, I might have to ban you from Wonderfest if you keep promoting Aussie rum. The thing is, Paul, I went to the bar and it was Keith Cousins from Cosmic Sound Models ordered a rum and coke. All I wanted was a rum and coke from the bar at the Crown Plaza. I don't know what they put in it, but that rum was like petrol. Oh my God, it blew me away, just one glass. Now, I know I'm a lightweight, but come on, there was something in that rum that was just, wow. Wives are like grenades. Remove the ring and boom, the house is gone. Mrs. Wayne's in an element, just so you know. So today, finally, after all these years, I bought her an American fridge. So we've got one of these great big American 2-door fridges now. I had to completely rework my utility room to get it in because I've only had a small fridge in there, so it means cutting workstations down. So now she's filled it up to the brim, and I'm telling you, it's big. I could hide a body in there. I didn't say that. I bet you now want to do more shows. You know, I can't just stay behind the table as you missed me first time round at Telford. Yeah, you know what, Wolves Workshop, I would definitely... The thing that stopped me doing model shows is I don't want to damage my models. And the fact that I can do a 2.5-hour drive with the Orca of all builds, and that's fragile, then I managed to do it. So I would definitely do it. I would definitely have a table at Telford if I could. It's too late now. But... yeah, I very much enjoyed my first model show, I have to say. You may have to license that for you. I've actually sat in Jeff Gordon's car at Daytona. Really? My God. Now, me and Jim, we're going to be hooking up next month. No, it's October, isn't it? Because obviously the American football season starts on the 6th of September. And we're off to see the Rams on the 19th. I can't wait for that. How you going, Jim? You all right? I think the species was called the Night People, the one with the Dauntless. I can't remember. It's been ages since I've watched Voyager, I have to say. And I would watch Voyager again. I can't get into it because obviously because it was filmed in digital, they can't upscale it. And because it's a lot of the earlier episodes are 4:3, it's just an OCD thing in me. No, it's something in me. I just don't like black bars on the back, on the front of the screen. Years ago, I don't know if cinemas in America still do this, but depending on the ratio of the film, whether it be 1:8:5, look, this is where you're going to hear my blimmin' blockbuster spill coming out, whether it's 4:3, 1:8:5 or 2:3:5, or even blimmin' bigger, the cinema scope. What cinema screens used to do is they used to close the curtains or close the actual screen size and make the screen size perfectly fit. And you could hear a motor running as this used to run. Well, they don't do that anymore. So when I go to the cinema now and I see black bars at the top and bottom of the screen, it winds me up big time. That's why I can't really deal with the black bars on either side of the TV. And I know I can zoom it and use the zoom function, but then you're cutting out some of the picture and stuff. But I'm wondering, do cinemas, if anyone goes to the cinema or a cinemaphile, is there any cinemas that still do that? Have the motors that actually close the screen to the correct ratio for the film? Or is that just me being really fussy? Oh, thank you, Timothy Boyer. Lightweight Wayne. Yeah, I'm completely open. Yeah, I'm a lightweight. I very rarely drink. Just because I have a rum on a Thursday night, people think I drink a lot, but no, I don't. If anyone knows me, oh my God, just one of those Long Island iced teas is enough to wham me out. Crazy. Hello, Revo Dave. USS Dauntless was a fake starship, a trap created by an alien named Arturus to deliver the Voyager crew to the Borg. Aha. Didn't that have the NX? It had an NX prefix as well, the original one in Voyager. I can't remember. Rach does that with penguins. I didn't even know that was a thing, Will's Workshop, but I'm going to try it now. Sucking, wow, for a penguin. Yes, when they announced, obviously Agora announced Jurassic Park, so I hadn't read it. And then when I read that it's both vehicles, I was like, oh, it's retro room material. So it's going to be in the retro room. You see, I would have that in here, Chris Fangdock, but I've got a space for it in the workshop. It has to go in the workshop. It has to. I've got a space for it. Hi, bro. I'm also looking so forward to the new Batmobile. I already built that as a 124 slot car, and that's already big. Wow. Well, I've still got my footage, from when I went to the Peterson of that Batmobile. Now, the one in the Batmobile, so let me get this right. There's 2 Batmobiles made for the movie, the A car and the B car. Both of those are in private hands and you can't see them at all. I believe they used the A car in the Flash movie, you know, where they brought it back in. It was loaned out for that, but you're never going to see them because they're in private hands. But then Universal authorised, I think, 3 cars to be built as for promotional thing, and one of them's in the Peterson Museum. It's not the one that was used in the film. The 2 film ones are in private hands, unfortunately. So you got it wrong. USS Dauntless is a Vice Admiral Catherine Janeway ship in search of Captain Chakotay. Oh, right, okay. Mark Paris, technical question. I'm still having problems with the R2-D2 middle leg infrared sensor. Phantom sent me a replacement, but the light on the test board just dims and doesn't go out in the video. Does it work when you take it out of the sensor? So take it out of the thing and just see if it works on its own. If it does, and when you put it in, it's staying on, it means that it needs to be pushed right through, even if it means scoring out some of the plastic to get it in, because the foot sort of like plastic surround affects the sensor and it thinks it's going to hit something, and that's what sets the light on. They did give us lifters for that, but sometimes it just really needs to be pushed far in. It's 34 degrees today. The weather in the UK, we basically had our last barbecue a couple of days ago. It's getting colder now. It's like 19 degrees. At 9 o'clock, when this stream finishes, and you've probably seen there, it's now pitch black. It was daylight, but it's pitch black out there. Christmas is coming. You think about it. Halloween in October, and technically we'll be buying Christmas presents. You're doing DeLorean issue 91. Yep, good luck with that, Steve. Well, you know what? I'm going to do exactly what Kevin the Nexus has done. I'm going to break down my Nissan Skyline into one stage per video because I don't like the wiring in it. I'm going to rewire the whole thing so that the wires aren't all over the place. I think a lot of problems people are having of putting things down, putting front ends down, is because there's just far too many wires. So I'm going to sort that problem out so I don't have that issue. Yeah, the skylight's open. It's muggy, but it's dark now. So I have kept the skylight open. Blame all the delays on Donald. This is Ed, it's driving me nuts. So from now on, we used to be able to bring $800 worth of stuff into the US. Now I'm only allowed to bring $200 in the US. Lou, I was thinking about this. I don't think it affects what I bring you because I always keep the price list with me. It shows I didn't pay anything for it. And the other thing is that I think with the amount of issues that are left, it doesn't add up to $200. So don't know. I'm hoping it's dropped by then. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, $200 is all you can bring into America. That's crazy. Everything is delayed because the terrorist dictator keeps playing with us every day. You know what, Steve? Some of our postal services will not post to America now. So even if I wanted to send it to someone, they refuse to do it. So pretty crazy stuff. The Ant Overlords. Pack 17 is the rear quarter panels for the DeLorean build. Ah, okay. I can't remember that. I have to say, it's been so long, Donovan, since I did that. Bacardi rum is the petrol rum. Now the petrol rum, Darren, is Bacardi 151. Ooh. Yeah, they used to put it in the Quark's Bar Warp Core Breach. Bacardi 151. Yeah, that'll put hair on your chest. You crashed the Hobby Time Modeler stream on Sunday and got an invite to Wonderfest, although I don't think the wife will allow it. You should come along. We need a British contingency there. I think, who else wanted to come? I think one of my friends wanted to come. I'm not going to mention his name because I think it was a surprise for him. So, there might be some more British there next year. I bet it was the kind of stuff they tried to get the DeLorean started with. Yeah. We don't have American fridges. Everything is made in China. Measure the fridge against your head. Well, I can tell you straight away, the fridge is 93 centimetres wide because I had to make that gap. 93 centimetres wide. God knows how big, and it's a 2-door thing. We can have tables at the meet and greet that we're supposed to be having. Wow, we could, couldn't we? That's not a bad idea, Ed. Ooh, Ed, that's a great idea. Yeah, that's food for thought. Let me think about that one. We have lots of IKEA stuff. I don't care what the label says. It's made at my home in England. Yeah, Fan built me for the Transformer issue I never got. Then received the next set okay. Then realised I was missing 4 issues. I saved the build books and noticed the mission issues. I didn't realise. Darth Vader, obviously we're missing pack 8. And when I did that video of pack 9, I actually went into it thinking that's where I was up to. And when it's telling me, I was like, I don't remember doing the fingers. But I have continued without it. I don't know when we're getting pack 8, I have to say. I got another email today saying that's delayed. So who knows? For anyone displaying at conventions looking to DIY flight cases, it's a good idea, Burgess. They're quite expensive though, aren't they? I know Agora models tend to use them for their 1.8 cars. The Jeff Gordon car is in Germany in a museum. Is it? Ooh, whereabouts in Germany? Are we talking Munich way or Berlin way? I only know German by those two cities. You enjoy watching Man United get beat last night by Grimsby? Oh, the baseball's on at the moment. I don't watch the baseball. The theatres did the same thing here. We're closing the curtains. Everything is now standard HD 16:4 ratio format. I don't know. It's you can't remember seeing that in the US for ages. It's definitely a thing. The cinema's definitely. The IMAX does the screen fitting with the curtains here in the States. I just started to think the cinemas are getting lazy and they just didn't want to change the screen size. But I noticed it big time. I've stopped a movie before. I went to take the kids. This is how long ago. It was Disney's Mulan. That's how long it was. I went to the cinema to see it and they were playing it in the wrong ratio. Everyone was sitting there happy. And I'm just like, no one's batting an eyelid. So I got up, told the guy, I said, you're playing this film in the wrong ratio. Everything was compacted. So they stopped the film and then there was a click and then it was back to normal ratio. And I'm sure everyone thought, I wonder what that was all about. But I'm like, it was the wrong goddamn ratio. Well, I work at Stockwell Plaza Super Cinema and the backstage crew have to manually adjust the borders. So it still gets done then, Michael. My one doesn't. I was originally made in 4:3. I prefer it in that form, which is why I'm looking forward to. It's good if it's like made in 4:3, Phil, and you've got a 4:3 TV because you don't notice. But when you got a widescreen, I just don't like the black bars on. Oh, it winds me up. You meant 16:9? Yeah. Do you think the fan home would ever do the original 16 version of the Enterprise? I wouldn't be surprised. But obviously Ben Robinson was the force behind that, and I believe Ben is now working for Master Replicas. So I don't know. But Janeway was a hot chick back then. Thunderbirds is about to be issued on Blu-ray in 4:3 for the first time, restoring all the bits of the pictures at the top and bottom that we haven't seen for years. You know what? It's not just Thunderbirds, Alex. I don't know if anyone's a fan of Blake 7, but Blake 7's getting a DVD, Blu-ray release, in November. And my good friend Richard Ashton has done some of the models for it because they've done some of the special effects and stuff. So check that out when it comes out. Big fan of that. The Range. What was that? Stand by. The Range was already putting out Christmas decorations. No way. I know that Summerhill Nurseries in Basildon have got their Christmas stuff up. I think Gates is putting theirs up probably middle of September. The Skyline was easy in the end, moving the wires and also swapping out a screw at the front. Check my short on that. I did Will's Workshop. I've been telling people to look at that actually because it helps to close that bonnet area up. I'm not happy with the amount of wires in the back. I think I'm going to cut them all down to make them the exact length they need to be and solder them up so there's less excess wires in there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I was hoping for a cheaper box set without the extras for something like £60, but looks like it will just be the £90 set. What have I been up to? I've been after something. These steelbooks. I watched that Jaws 50th anniversary 4K. Oh my God, it's amazing. And then Mrs. Welder Wayne's taking me to the cinema on Tuesday to watch it at the cinema. And it's made me want to get steelbooks. I don't know why. I like the presentation in a steelbook. But definitely what's going on with Apple at the moment and Amazon, I really want to get back to physical media again. You know what? I didn't realize in 2022, did you know that vinyl records now outsell CDs? I didn't know that. And it's believable. I just bought Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction on vinyl. Again, I think the reason CDs don't do the business they used to anymore is that people have record players now to listen to their music at home. I reckon that's what happens. That's why vinyl's having a resurgence. But when you're out on the move, you're listening to digital music in the car, on your phone. So it's digital. You got your Spotify. I don't think there's a market for CD anymore. people don't want CDs in a home system; they want vinyl. So that's why I reckon big vinyl's coming back. Issue 85 for R2D2 didn't get sent with the last pack. Let's say, due to high demand for the builder stage was out of stock. Crazy. I do think there's some distribution issues everywhere at the moment, though. Is that the flux capacitor flow? Yeah, it is. This is the. Me this. Oh, did I buy this? I bought this from Amazon, and look, it does a. That's it there, and then. Pretty cool, huh? In the retro room. I can't remember how much that was. I think it was like £19 or something on Amazon. I can't remember. Have you seen Knight Riders coming back? Yeah, from the same people that did Cobra Kai. That could be fun. That could be fun, and you know it's going to be full of Easter eggs. And then it makes you wonder, well, you know, they've done Cobra Kai, they've done Knight Rider. Are they going to be doing the A-Team? Are we going to see an A-Team, Manimal, Automan, Airwolf, Blue Thunder remix, all in one, chuck everything in 80s collaboration? How cool would that be? God, crossover for every single 80s episode of everything. Could be worse. I went to a marathon showing the Star Treks 1 to 6 in the mid-90s. God, how did you get through number 5? And about halfway through 6, the film was suddenly playing in reverse and upside down. Oh, not good. I see the Alien on your shirt. Have you watched Alien Earth? I have. I watched up to wherever the current episode is. Brilliant. It's a brilliant season, a brilliant series. And it's good because my friend Lee Stringer, he got us some merch because he was a visual effects guy on that. He got some merch from the set and has been giving us updated videos and pictures of his time where they're filming it. Very interesting stuff. I like seeing the Christmas decorations going up in shot, but it means my annual trip is coming up. Only 5 weeks this time, though. Oh, only 5 weeks, Jim. Oh, my God. I hear they're working on another Narnia movie. Don't know if it's the one of the 4 Chronicles that weren't made over a decade ago. God, where did I go? Prince Caspian was the last one I think I watched. Nothing beats Lion Witch and the Wardrobe, though. I think it went downhill after that. When I worked in Peter Barrett's garden centre, I used to start setting Christmas up in July. Well, what's the point of taking it down if it's going to be July? Steve's Adventures, no, a movie apparently. I really like. Yeah, it's going to be a movie, isn't it? That Knight Rider. I think that'd be pretty cool. Nah, the 2008 was that Knight Rider 2000. Was that one? That was terrible. Street Hawk, bring that back. Yeah, Street Hawk didn't have many episodes either. It was a guy on a motorbike, people said. You can put as much armor on that motorbike as you want. Ain't going to stop him getting shot, is it? I liked it during the day, but you know what? That came out in a time when people just liked things. That's why Automan was doing so well. If it wasn't for the fact that Automan just cost like a billion, trillion, million an episode, I'm sure that would have done really well. But again, Automan only had about 17 episodes. It's crazy. But in my mind, I keep thinking it ran for years. So, I don't know. Perhaps I was just watching repeats or something like that. Flock of that. Take care, Ian. See you later, mate. What PC chair would you recommend? I'm looking for a new one. Well, Gaz, this one I'm wearing, I've got at the moment, Simino. This one's lasted longer than any of the gaming chairs I've had before. Now, you can have PC chairs, but I like this one because it's got back support, which is this thing here. And it goes up and down and it reclines as well. This is my one. Mrs. Welder Wayne's got one downstairs as well. The only problem with these gaming chairs, which you'll find, is that after a while you need to tighten these up. That one's not too bad, but that one, look, I don't know why they come loose. It's weird. Other than that, the lifters sometimes go on them as well. Since I've lost weight, that hasn't happened, so it might be a weight thing. But yeah. But I like these. This is in my Amazon store, I think. You can follow that little link thing just there. It's in my Amazon store. Bring back V. They already brought back V with Marina Baccarin. Although, you know what? I've never watched that series. I've never, ever seen it. When it got announced, I was like, I don't know if they're going to be able to. Because I was hurt for V the miniseries, the 19-episode miniseries, which was just dire. I was like, nah, let's just pretend V second season never happened, and it was just like the first 2 episodes and then the final battle. That was it. So that's what made me never want to go back to that one. I have caught up with chat. I said I would, didn't I? I said I would, but I haven't. I've been chatting and not drinking my rum, so I got to carry this all downstairs. But I'm trying to think how I'm going to mount this. There's a hole I could probably mount it there, and there's holes around the side here as well. So I'm guessing I'll mount the back plate. We'll see. We'll see. This is what's going on. I'll tell you, it's like I'm like Homer Simpson. I'm saying one thing, talking about another thing, when in my mind I'm thinking, how am I mounting that? The remake was dreadful, and that's being polite. All right, okay. Never watched it. Favorite 70s sci-fi movie other than Star Wars? I can't. 2001 was 68, wasn't it? Don't know. I like Flash Gordon. Was that 70s or was that early 80s? Flash Gordon was excellent. I was watching how much 1980 Flash Gordon, the production problems Flash Gordon had. You wouldn't believe it to see how good it was. He's only skimming the chat. Yeah, I'm just skimming it. Yeah, I don't want to read things from Stream Elements. Or Mark, what's Mark saying? Wayne, that's like the old TV program, Mr. Ben. There was only 13 episodes. I swear there was more than that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Mount it with some R screws. Yeah, I can do. If you're looking for a 3D filament printer upgrade, what would you choose? There's a new one out for filament printers. The Kiddie, because I use a Kiddie at the moment. I think there's a Kiddie. What one do I use? The X Plus 3. I think there's an X Plus 4 now. And there's a Kiddie X1 Pro. I use the Q1. I use the Q1 Pro if you want to know. And that's a really good printer. If you want something bigger, though, you're going to need the X Max series. But Kiddie, K-I-D-I. I think that's how you pronounce it. Kiddie? Or Cutie? Kiddie? I don't know. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Q-I-D-I. Just do a search for them. They do some really good. I can print 3D standoffs. Well, I think actually this back comes off, so I can actually just screw this directly to the wall. So we'll see. How do I light it, by the way? I've got to figure that one out as well. I think I put a light in here, don't I? I've got to put a light in here. So yeah, I can sort that out. I can sort that out. I think you'll say the Black Hole of Logan's Run. Logan's Run, it was all right. I only liked, what's her face? Jenny Agutter. Black Hole was way better than that. Silent Running, I enjoyed that. That was cool. Do you remember The Highwayman? You're talking about the short stories, Highwayman? Or are you talking about the poem, The Highwayman? Don't know. I remember The Highwayman. No, that was The Hitchhiker. I don't remember The Highwayman. I don't remember that. I just recently got the Space 1999 role-playing game book, and the font inside is so big. It's like the publisher thought if they know the product sort of series, then they need large type in the books. My eyesight's getting terrible, I'm telling you. Hence why I got those magical magnifying glasses. Try a bamboo printer, but watch the reviews. I'm happy. Once you found the brand you like, you stick with it. So for filament kiddie printers, and obviously for my, let me move that over there. For resin, I've got my Saturn 4 Ultra there, which is just an amazing thing. I haven't been printing for a while though, and I've got my printer resin on like one of those subscription things on Amazon. So I've got so much resin down here at the moment where I haven't used it. I really need to cancel my subscription, I think. That Silent Running. There we go. Was that 70s though, or was that 60? I can't remember. $6 Million Man. Now, wasn't they going to reboot that with Mark Wahlberg? That'd be pretty cool. I thought we might be having a resurgence because Oggy over at Interstellar Modelers did a $6 Million Man model. Looked pretty cool. Did you just say Flash Gordon? Do you remember Flash Gordon? If you're in the video shop business, you'll remember Flesh Gordon. Oh, that was in those, what do they call them? There's a name for those sort of films in the 80s. Candy something. I don't know. But you had Flesh Gordon, Lemon Popsicle, Porky's, all of those. If anyone remembers them. I remember them because you know what people were renting out at the time. They, you can have just normal films, but you can look at a film and see how many times it's been rented, and all of those sort of films were rented through the hill, which starts to make me think as an adult, that's a bit unnerving about what they were using those videos for. Not good. I don't want to work in a video shop anymore. In Flash Gordon, Dino De Laurentiis asked who the Queen was. He didn't know it was a band. No, he didn't, did he? But the Queen were happy to make a soundtrack for it. Alien's my favourite from the 70s. Oh, yeah, Alien. Alien's brilliant. Alien was brilliant. I'm looking at the Kiddie +4. There we go. And I have an older Kiddie. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, with no problems with it. I've never had a problem with my printer. Alien was a good 70s sci-fi film. We are seeing some more sci-fis coming out now, though. I like that. I like that. How much does a 3D printer cost in US dollars? Adam, you can get them anywhere from like $100 now, all the way up to like $500 or $600. Top end being the better ones. But it depends what you want to use it for. If you want a really big one, I recommend a filament printer. But if you're happy with, prints which are the size of, I don't know, that, get a resin printer. Get a resin printer. Oh, it has LEDs in it already. I will read the instructions, Chris. That's something that I don't normally do. If you watch the channel long enough, you'll know that. You've been looking at the Prusa? Core one? I don't know that one. I used to like watching Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. It was made in the 70s. Yes, I remember Buck Rogers. Space 1999 as well. The Highwayman wasn't had a man. Stand and deliver. I'm not going to sing The Littlest Hobo again. Don't make me do that. That's going to be an earworm again. Can't be singing The Littlest Hobo. I heard that Sam Jones, was it Sam Jones? All of his lines were dubbed. I never realised that. I didn't realise as well in Superman 2, all of Sarah Douglas's lines were dubbed as well. Didn't know that. And they were dubbed by the woman that plays the baddie in Superman 3, the one that turns into a robot. She did the voice for Sarah Douglas' character in Superman 2. Did you know that? Crazy. That's not good. That's not good. Try to get that under control, because that's pretty dangerous. You still got a VHS tape, a Flesh Gordon somewhere? No, John. Flesh Gordon. There's a blast from the past. Sorry, I've got to do a search for that now. Flesh Gordon. Does anyone remember Flesh Gordon? I'll tell you why I like it, because it had this groovy... look, this is the cover there. Check that out. You gotta love Flesh.
Let's give it up big time.
Hang on, stand by. We got the Christian from Grant from jingle up. Yeah, you gotta love Flesh Gordon. Take care, John. Hey, see you later, mate. Who was Gene Roddenberry's secretary during the Star Trek years? Worked on Flesh Gordon costume department. Really? Why is there so much information about Flesh Gordon? I'm gonna have to get that, I think, now. Goldfinger's lines were dubbed too. I didn't realise half of this stuff. There was an ace pilot on the Enterprise in WE2 named Flash Gordon. Really? Emperor Wang and Dr. Flexi Jerk. Luke knows exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, that's just scary stuff. That's just scary stuff. You know what? I'm going to get myself a copy of Flesh Gordon now. I've decided I need a copy of Flesh Gordon. I want to relive those 80s moments. Anyway, it's good being back. Thank you for watching me tonight. As I said, there's going to be the Dalek. We're going to be doing the next pack of the Dalek on the channel tomorrow. Nothing for the weekend. And then Monday should have this power mod pack sorted, working my LaFerrari so you can see how that looks. But I hope you've enjoyed this stream tonight. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to finish this rum, finish this lovely honeycomb violet crumb. And I've got to finish these Tim Tams as well by the look of it. And then I'm going to be installing a light in the workshop. Anyway, take care, everyone. See you later.